Hi, Linda Bowen here from StampingWithLinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today is number 47 in Creative Fold Cards, and today is a card in a box. I have no idea who created this idea. It's all over the place. People have used it in many different ways. I hope that I have put a little bit of different spin on it. Those of you that know me know that I love sunflowers, so I did mine in sunflowers. So you just simply pull this down like so, and we're going to pop it up. And here we have our card in the box. So this will just set on a table, the little box, and again, it folds down, and I did the belly band around it. This measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so will fit in a standard invitation size envelope. So let's get started. I'm going to give you the dimensions on how to make this and some tips. Everything will be on my blog, StampingWithLinda.com. And first, what I've done is taken a piece of crumb cake. This measures 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and I am going to take it horizontally, and I'm going to put it in my cutter, and I'm going to score at 2, 4, 6, and 8. And those of you that have stamped for a while know that 2, 4, 6, 8 was a box that we did for a really long time. So pretty fitting that this is a card in a box and uses the same dimensions. I'm going to turn it over to do my flaps, and I'm going to score horizontally, or excuse me, vertically. No, this is horizontally. I get that confused all the time. So I scored that at 2 inches. So there I have the 2, 4, 6, and 8. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my paper snips, and I'm going to snip the 2, 4, 6, and 8 right down to that 2-inch score line. Now, I've seen gals that have done this box card and only did their box flap at 1.5 inches. Whatever you want for your flaps to be, that is perfectly fine. Then I suggest that you take sticky strip and run across here, and then you're just simply going to take your card and lay it down like so, and then that will give you your box like so. I used the crushed curry and summer starfruit. I used the designer series paper, the crushed curry. This is from the designer series stack Regals. I cut 8 pieces that are 1 3/4 by 1 3/4, and then I cut 4 that are 1 3/4 by 3 1/4, and I put them on my box flap. Next, what I did, since I went with the sunflowers and used the scallop punch, I used the See You Later stamp set from the celebration flyer that says, "You make me happy when skies are blue." Thought that was fitting for all the sunflowers. So I want to show you how I made my sunflowers. I used a lot of different, you can see all the different sizes of sunflowers. I used all of my scallop circle punches. Again, I have all of the code numbers on my blog. This is the 1 1/4 scallop. What I did was I went in, punched it out. I then ran it through the decorative dots embossing folder, took my scissors and just cut in towards the front or the center of that scallop. You don't want to cut too far because you don't want to cut off your petals. When I ran it through the decorative dots folder, it kind of softened those petals up somewhat. And then how I helped make them curl is I brought in my paper piercing mat and my paper piercer, but I just used the round end, and then I just kind of rolled like so around, and then that gave my flowers some character. So just by rolling the center. I also used different size circle punches for the inside of my sunflowers. And I used the small Perfect Polka Dots folder that's in the regular catalog. The other thing is the little pieces in between there. I used crumb cake cardstock, and then the little piece measures, I believe that's 1 inch by 3 inches. Yes, 1 inch by 3 inch. I scored it 1/2 inch and 2.5, so it gives me 2.5 inch flaps, and then that just went, let's see if I can show you, right inside, and I put the flaps towards the back of my card so you don't see it, so then that makes your layers. I have seen this done with balloons, flowers, the cupcake punch. I received this card in a box at a swap. Unfortunately, I did not save the person's name who made this, so I apologize. If you want to shoot me an email, I will definitely acknowledge you on my blog. The nice thing that when she used it, she used the Starburst framelit and stamp set, and then the petite petals and the flower shop. So not as much cutting and sponging as with my card. She did not do a belly band with hers, so hers just folded down like so, and with no designer series paper. Again, I used the designer series paper, and then I used a piece of 1 inch by 8.5 inch of the Early Espresso for my belly band so that it kind of holds it together. Hope you've enjoyed today's Creative Fold, a card in a box. And again, I apologize whoever came up with this awesome idea. There's a lot of videos out there, and I cannot seem to find out who the original designer of this card is. So I apologize for that. Hope you enjoy me again real soon for Wow Moments on Thursday.